Hey guys, I'm Sneha and you are watching my channel Book Junction. Welcome to today's video, and in today's video I'm going to answer some of your questions. So I put up this Instagram story where I wanted you guys to ask me questions related to books and journaling, and you guys asked me so many questions that I thought of making a video out of it. I also posted on my community tab asking you guys the same thing, and there were more than 100 questions. So in this video I'll try to answer as many of them and try to help you figure out some things related to books and journaling. But before that, I want to show you this package that I got from Swaeco. So this is the package that I got from Swaeco. They sent me a book and I'm really excited about reading that book. So here is the book. Actually, they asked me if there is any particular book that I want to read that they would love to send me, and I told them the book that I want to read. So the name of the book is 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos by Jordan B. Peterson, and this is the book. I wanted to read this book from such a long time, and finally I've got this. And they also sent this letter that I've not opened yet, and I'm going to open it right now. So I want to talk a little bit about Swaeco. So a lot of you guys keep asking me about platforms from where you can rent books, and this one platform is really good. So on their platform or from their app you can actually rent books, and there's also a community tab where you can connect with other readers, talk about books, talk about trending topics and things like that. So I think you should definitely check out Swaeco. I'll give the link of their Instagram handle, their application and website for you guys to know more about them. And yeah, I really hope that you will like their website and what they are doing. So Swaeco basically stands for Swap, Express and Connect. So yes, that's the basic knowledge about their company, and they sent me a letter of appreciation. So thank you so much Swaeco for sending this to me. I'm really happy and grateful that you guys sent me this book and this letter. So thank you so much. Now let's move on and start answering the questions. I'm really excited to answer them actually, because there are so many interesting questions related to books and journaling. So let's get started. So first we will start with Instagram questions, and then we will move on to the YouTube ones. So the first question is, what is that one book you really admire? So I think that is The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Alire Sands. I've talked about that book a lot on my channel, but if you're new you wouldn't know. So Benjamin Alire Sands is my favorite author, and his books are all about these beautiful characters who are just so loving and caring. So yeah, that one book is something I really admire. Next, I have a question that I really want to answer. So the question is, since you are a Bengali, have you read the novels by Sharat Chandra? So yes, I am a Bengali, and I'm proud of being a Bengali, but I was born in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, and when I was of the age 12, we shifted to Kolkata, and that's why there is this cultural difference, right? So since I was in Lucknow, my second language after English was Hindi. So when I came here, I joined in the 8th standard, and there I learned Bengali as the third language for only 1 year, and that's all. So I didn't really know how to write Bengali or read Bengali when I came here. But after shifting to Kolkata, I learned how to read and how to write Bangla, but I still cannot read it that well. I'm slow, but I can read the banners and pamphlets and all of that. So that's why I don't really read a lot of Bengali books, because I'm really slow in this language. I can read Hindi books, I read Hindi books in fact, and that's my second language after English. So Bengali comes third in that way. But I try to read Bengali poems online, I read Bengali stories online, and I try from my side to learn as much as I can because I really love the language. But what can I do about all the 12 years that I've spent there, and I cannot really fill up that gap, but I try my best. I have very limited knowledge when it comes to the language Bengali, but I'm trying from my place to learn it as much as I can because I truly love my mother tongue. Next question is favorite books of Murakami. So my favorite book of Murakami is Killing Commendator. I really enjoyed that book. I also have a review of that book on my channel, although I feel like that review is not that good because I just went on talking about the details of the book and I could have totally cut it short. What is your opinion on romance novels? I think romance novels are great. I've read some great romance novels, but I'm definitely not someone who reads a lot of them. I feel like a book that has romance at the core of it but has something else as well going on, those books are really good. However, when it comes to YA romance novels, YA fiction, I think those books definitely have a sense of romanticism and just romance in general, because when you are young and you are a young adult, of course you have romance in your heart. Eventually life sucks that out of you, but yeah, I love those books. I enjoy them so much. But when it comes to a typical romance book, for example, Notebook, I enjoy them, but I'm not really crazy about them. How do you maintain such an aesthetic feed? Oh my god, thank you so much first of all, but I really don't think my feed is aesthetic. Like, I don't do anything with my feed. I just post pictures in square format, that's all. I don't put in any thought. In fact, I post really less on Instagram. I do put up stories when I'm reading any book whatsoever, but when it comes to my feed, I think I don't really put in much effort. Next question is, do you use the new journal you got or do you still make your monthly journals? And this question is by my best friend, so I have to answer this. So no, after I got that planner from Factor Notes, I am not making my monthly journal spreads anymore because I don't see the point, as I've already got everything I need in the Factor Notes journal planner. So yeah, the next question is how many days it took to receive your 99bookscar.com package. It took around 7 days. What is your favorite genre other than self-help? My ultimate favorite genre is young adult fiction. I love YA fiction and my heart is there. That's where my heart belongs. Do you prefer listening to music while reading books? If yes, what do you listen? I do listen to music, but occasionally, but when I do, I listen to jazz music. I have my own Spotify playlist of jazz music and I really enjoy jazz, although I'm not really an expert in jazz music. Like, I know there are people who are crazy about jazz and they know everything. I don't understand anything, but I love jazz music. So sometimes I listen to jazz while reading, other times I don't. Most times I don't actually. How do you buy books that are in series? I usually don't buy series, but whenever I do, I buy it from Amazon, like the Immortal Instrument. So basically I buy my series in box sets, if that's what you are asking. If you want to be in a fictional world created on a book, where you would be? Well, I would be in Hogwarts right now because I'm a Potterhead. How many pages do you read daily? In the morning, I will read something that is non-fiction. So 80 to 100 pages are there that I read every single day, no matter what. And then if I'm also reading a fiction book, then yeah. So minimum 80 to 100 pages I read every day. But if I'm also reading a fiction book simultaneously, then, well, more than 100 of course, maybe around 200, 250. But if I'm finishing an entire novel, like that happened recently, I was reading this thriller and I finished it in one go, and my god, it was around 350 to 400 pages and it was crazy. Okay, so now let's move on to the YouTube community post questions. The first question is how useful you find the books of the 99 books card. By the way, I've ordered that 15 books set box after watching your video. That's great. So could you tell me that how many books you found interesting in that mystery box? Okay, so let me just tell you, had I not ordered that mystery box, I wouldn't have read so many amazing books. Like, trust me, I've been enjoying the books so much. I've read around 5 to 6 books. I'm actually on the 6th one. I'm halfway through it. And there was this one particular book, No Time for Goodbye. I enjoyed that book so much. Like, trust me, when I started reading it, I had so much work that day, but I thought, you know what, I'll do everything tomorrow. I have to read this book and finish it and know what's going on today itself. And I read that book in one single day and I went crazy. Like, I talked about it so much with my father. Like, I told him everything. I told him the entire story and how crazy it was. And trust me, that book was good. Like, from the very first page to the very end, that book is the definition of thriller. Like, I don't have words. It's the best book that I've read in 2021, and I feel like it's one of the best books that I've read in my entire lifetime. That's how much I enjoyed it, and I talked about it in my Instagram story. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you should definitely do that because I keep talking about books there. Next question is, which booktuber do you like except yourself? Okay. I can't really call him a booktuber because he makes like content in different topics, but I really enjoy watching Jack Edwards videos. I really enjoy watching his videos. I take a lot of inspiration from him. Recently he posted a video about all the books that he has read in 2020, and when I saw how versatile his taste is, I was really inspired, and overall I really enjoy his videos because he's very humorous. And when it comes to Indian booktubers, I watch Helly's videos. I end up picking so many books that she recommends in her videos. For example, the book Latitudes of Longing by Shubhangi Swaroop. I remember she recommended it a lot of years, not a lot of years, but 2 years back, and I instantly purchased that book because I trust her recommendations, and that book was amazing. I also made a video on that book, like I reviewed it. So the next question is about speed reading and what I think about this concept in general, and I also got some other questions related to this topic itself. So I feel like it's like to each their own. If you feel like speed reading is something that you can do, that you want to do, then who am I to say that you shouldn't? But personally, I don't really think about all of this much. I don't know why, but I don't really think about my reading speed or how many books am I reading. It's my personal opinion that your reading speed and how many books you're reading in a year are somehow vanity metrics. Of course, if you're reading more, you should be more knowledgeable. So of course, why do you read more? You read more so you learn more, so you become more knowledgeable, so that your horizons expand, so that you just are more aware. And if speed reading allows you to know more, then it's good. But if you feel like speed reading is somehow not helping you to sustain that knowledge for long, because it doesn't matter if you're reading a dozen books. If you're not making the most out of a book, then you're not doing justice to that book. What is journaling exactly? Is it any different from writing diary? So this one question is very common. A lot of other questions are sort of overlapping with this one. So the difference between writing your diary and journaling is that journaling is more purposeful and it's driven by a certain purpose, whereas diary writing is just writing anything you want in your diary. So that's the major difference between a journal and writing your diary, because in a diary you can write anything, like, dear diary, today this happened, that happened. It's good, it's fine, you can definitely do that as well. But when you want to journal, like when it comes to journaling, you have to be more aware of it. Like, today a certain thing happened, you cannot just ramble about it. Maybe you had a fight with a friend, you come back to your home and write everything that happened in your diary. That's diary writing. But when it comes to journaling, you sit down, you think about that entire conflict, and you write down what exactly happened. Were you at fault? Did you say anything that might have triggered your friend? Was there any chance that you could have just backed off and not really say anything that was hurtful, or just something like that, you know? So when you do journaling, you are aware and you are doing it as someone who wants to solve a problem. Next question is very common. Is it necessary to journal every day? What do I journal about if there is absolutely nothing in my mind? No, you don't have to necessarily journal every day. please, it's completely up to you. If you don't feel like journaling, why will you do it? Now of course you should definitely try from your side to make it a habit, and it will not happen in one day. So maybe journal 3 days a week if that suits you. And if you don't have anything in your mind, then of course you don't have to write anything, you don't have to journal. However, if there are days when you want to journal but you just don't know what to write, maybe you can start by writing 5 things you are grateful for. Maybe you can write some affirmations, or maybe you can write about a sweet memory. Alright guys, so those were all the questions that I could answer in this one video. I'm really sorry if I couldn't take your question. I don't have much space left in my memory card. I have really limited time left, so I have to finish this video. But thank you so much for asking your questions. I will definitely do more Q&As, and yeah, so definitely keep your questions ready. Really hope that you found this video valuable and enjoyed it as well. If you did, then definitely like, share and subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot to me, and hit the bell icon so you are notified with all the further notifications. And I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.